There's a hint of a Sorato-centric character thread going on here, which arguably started back in episode 10, where they reaffirmed that Sorato needs Kosei. But then, in the previous episode 11, there's an extremely close call where Kosei nearly gets crushed by falling debris just because he's in the vicinity of the battlefield, and that very naturally leads into the beginning of this episode, with Sorato trying to dissolve their partnership. Sorato thinks he's dragged Kosei into this mess, and now the degree of how much Kosei is in danger because of this is finally dawning on Sorato. It's even elevated by the first nugget of plot progression we've gotten since the beginning of the show. In the last episode, right as Omega's being shot by Eldeghimera, he gets a flash, presumably a memory of a similarly powerful foe that he fought pre-amnesia. Maybe that spooked Sorato, because he probably realizes they'll eventually have to deal with enemies of that threat level, and he doesn't want Kosei to get wrapped up in that. But this is all speculation. We don't know because the episode doesn't give us much regarding Sorato's perspective on the matter. Instead, we're following Kosei for the majority of the episode, who is reeling from this 1-2 punch of their first defeat and Sorato suddenly cutting him out. The episode also briefly brings up Kosei's past as a third-place track athlete, albeit in a somewhat jokey manner, and I wish they had drawn a more direct parallel from it to the doubt that Kosei is feeling here. Kosei quit track because even though he was quite good, he didn't think he was good enough, and he's left in a similar rut here, stewing in his own perceived inadequacy. Regardless, Kosei is forced to really examine if he wants this superhero lifestyle or not. It's a good bit of character progression, though personally I think the show is kind of long-winded in the way it gets to the conclusion, because of course Kosei wants this. This is the purpose that Kosei's been looking for, which led him to this aimless warehouse job in the first place. Thing is though, even if Kosei doesn't acquire personal fulfillment from this role, it's not like he can really shirk it either, because being the guy bonded with the Medio Kaiju comes with an implicit responsibility to protect the planet. If this is the culmination of Kosei's character arc and he stops developing after this point, I'd be fine with it, but the show needs to end in a specific way. It needs to be open-ended enough that the duo have to indefinitely deal with kaiju threats even after defeating the main antagonist. Otherwise, this purpose that Kosei has found as one of Earth's defenders kind of fizzles out. Actually, come and think of it, Kosei's primary outfit shares the black and blue with the quasi-proto attack team that was formed last episode. Given that Kosei's ostensibly a one-man attack team supporting the eponymous Ultraman, if that's intentional costume design and not just coincidence, it's actually a freaking brilliant visual parallel.